Hi everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to another edition of 365 Days of Samples. I hope you guys are having fun with this. Those of you who are joining in, I've seen a lot of posts on Instagram, which is amazing. It's so fun to see people joining in on this challenge and seeing people finishing up their samples. So I had finished 4 out of the 7 samples that I had chosen in my intro. So I'm going to go through those really quick. So I do post on Instagram as well. If you're following me there and my username is Shadow Smoked, you can get a little sneak peek at what I thought about these products because I will talk about them before the video generally. So I've got this XOXO London Hydrogel Eye Patch. This was like a one-time use product. You can kind of see on here what they look like. I didn't bother keeping them because I thought that was kind of gross. But they look like this. You put them underneath your eye area and you let them sit there for 30 minutes. So I did that. They were really slippery and kind of gooey to get, and a little bit difficult to get on, quite honestly, because they kept sliding all around the place. And once I got them to stay where I wanted them to stay, they did stay and they started to seep in a little bit. And after the 30 minutes, when I peeled it off, it was very dry as opposed to the sliminess it was when I first took it off. However, I didn't notice any difference. I didn't notice that my eyes looked less tired. I didn't notice that my eyes, like my dry area, looked brighter or anything. So these are a pass for me. I also finished this little tube of the La Roche-Posay. It's a soothing repairing balm. And like I had said in the video, the intro video, I wasn't exactly sure what this was, and it's a multi-use product. It's to use on like dry, irritated skin. You can use it on your face, on your body, and around your lip area, on your lip area. I tried using it a little bits on my body, on my face, and on my lips, and it honestly didn't really do much of anything. I've been dealing with really dry, flaky, cracked lips because we've got the heat on in the house, and you know, it's that time of the year, so my body's trying to readjust to everything. So I tried putting it around the lip area to see if that would help, and it didn't. I tried using it on my face, like kind of like a moisturizer, and I mean, it was okay, but I've got dedicated facial moisturizers that work so much better, and I don't really have a lot of dry patches on my skin so that I would notice any kind of difference. I tried using it on like my elbow area, nothing really special, so it's another pass. And the last of the passes is the Narciso Rodriguez perfume. This is the For Her perfume. This was pretty easy to use up once I dedicated myself to using it. These little vials, like, they don't have a lot of product in them, so a couple of days use, they're gonna be gone. This was a very feminine perfume, but not my style. It was very light and girly. I did like it a little bit while after I'd applied it, and it dried down a little bit, and it just smelled a little bit darker, and I liked that more because I'm definitely a darker perfume kind of person, and I'm very picky with my perfumes. I don't just use anything. I don't have a whole lot of perfumes. Like, I've got a few behind me, and like you can see, like the Nirvana Black is like my go-to. So this was just too light, too kind of airy for me, so another pass. So are you guys ready to be as surprised as I was? Because I actually kind of fell in love with the Glamglow Youth Mud Tingle Exfoliate Mask. Seriously. I did not know what to expect. I knew for a fact that a Glamglow mask had broke me out in the past, which is why I was really terrified to use this guy, because I really thought it was this one that had done it to me. And I used it, I put it on my face, I didn't feel anything immediately, and then after a little while I started to feel that sort of tingly sensation that they tell you about on the back of the packet, and got all nervous, and I was like, oh no, my skin's gonna be red and inflamed and I'm gonna break out, no, and I took everything off and I looked at my skin immediately afterwards and I was like, holy crap, wow, like glowing skin. I was shocked. Absolutely shocked. I still am kind of shocked that I like this because I generally do not like Glamglow products. I've used a few of them, a couple of different face masks and the cleanser, and it just hasn't done a whole lot for me. But this one I really ended up liking, and it did the job. So maybe I just need to use it sporadically. Maybe it does say to use like twice a week or as often as needed. So maybe this is something that I could use once a week that would really help with my skin, because I swear it had never looked that bright and refreshed like after using this mask. So I honestly think this is going to be a possible purchase. score 1 for the sample project. So I have 3 products left that I did not finish. I'm surprised with the brow powder. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in Ebony. It's a dark, almost black, and a dark brown. It's way too dark for me. As I was doing my makeup for filming, and because I have a play rehearsal this evening, I was like, yeah, way too dark. It's probably not going to translate very well, but I like the formula. I have another sample card of the Ebony, which I've pulled as well because I figured I might as well try and use both of them at the same time. Thank you so much for everyone who gave suggestions on how to improve or tweak this project in different ways. Someone had suggested that I go through my sample box and pull out duplicate samples so that I could still pull at random, and then when I have pulled one that I have the duplicate or triplicate of or whatever, then I can pull that from that extra section. So I did end up doing that. I pulled some samples that I easily saw I had duplicates of. I dumped the whole sample box I have, and you'll see that when I am picking some more in a minute, but I dumped all that out around me, and I was trying to sort through things to find the duplicates, and after like half an hour I was sitting there with like these piles of samples all around me, and I was just like, what have I done? I've made a huge mistake. So it was going to be really difficult. I was going to need a really huge space to kind of go through everything because I honestly didn't have as many duplicates as I thought I did. I do have some, so I tried pulling some. I know that there's definitely more that I missed because I just got so overwhelmed with how many samples, and I was trying to keep everything separate, and I was like, do I have this? Trying to put stuff in the box and going through, it was a nightmare. But I just wanted to thank everyone for their suggestions because it has been really helpful. So I think I'm going to continue to use the Ebony for as long as possible. Like I said, it's not the ideal color match for me. I can definitely tell that it's like way too dark, but I really like the formula. I think I already said, so this is a possible purchase. I'm gonna wait to make a final decision till I've gone through it, just in case I notice anything weird with the formula. Generally with something like this, I'm going to be looking more at the formula and the general usage and not exactly the color match, because obviously when I go to purchase this, I will not be purchasing Ebony. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Same thing like if I go through a foundation sample or something like that, I'm going to be going through looking for the consistency, the wear, and how it feels. I'm probably not going to be using this on camera that much, just because it's one of those things where it's like, it's not ideal. I've mentioned this before that I don't always use like project pan items or pan that palette items or whatever. I don't use everything when I'm filming, just because going back on looking at previous videos, one thing that I've noticed is how bad sometimes my makeup is. Some stuff I've improved on application, definitely, but some stuff is really just like the really bad color choices, like when I was going through like foundations and concealers that were just way too yellow. Sometimes they show up okay in real life, and most times I can make it work and do some blending. It's just like with really harsh, unnatural lighting, it really shows a lot of flaws really easily, and you can really see if like the foundation doesn't match, or you can really see if something's really too dark or not blended, or you know, it's not the right thing. So I just want to put that out there because I am doing so many projects, but when it comes to filming, generally I like take all my makeup off and start fresh. So I will be using some products and some not. So anyway, huge rant, sort of on topic, sort of not. This is going to be another huge video. This is going to be like intro part 2. So the body lotions, of course, I still have these. I've made a fairly good dent in the Wish body butter though. I'm down to about here. I need to get like a permanent marker so I can mark things, because every time I try to mark something though with not a permanent marker, the line goes away so easily. So I note to self, permanent marker, so I can start marking things so I can better keep track of it. And same thing goes for the OPI Avo Juice, the coconut melon. I've definitely used some of this, just probably not as much as I could have. I am down to here, right around the coconut. So probably by next week I will have finished this. Guys, this has been a really long rambly video. Let me know if you would be interested in like a get ready with me or something like that, so I can just chat with you guys. I can fill you guys in on what's been going on. I haven't done a get ready with me or anything like that in a while, so just let me know if you'd be interested in something like that. Can have a few things to talk about. So anyway, yeah, enough about that. Let's dive into the next 7 items I'm going to be choosing from my giant sample box. For those of you who have not seen it, this is it. It's massive. And let's dive in. Alright, same thing as last time. I'm going to talk to you guys and not look into the box as difficult as it may be, because I'm like, what did I do? I forgot that I have all of my empties on the floor beside me because I've tried to film that video like 3 times over the last 3 weeks. Whole other story. Anyway, 1 item down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and something from the bottom, 7. Okay, let's see what I've got here. I have got a deluxe sample. This is an ultra mild face wash, an extra gentle cleanser for sensitive skin from Lather. I believe that would be the brand's name. So I haven't used this at all yet. This is 29 milliliters, pretty decent size. And this will probably be a good cleanser to use with my Clarisonic, so that's always a good thing. I have this Murad Invisibler Perfecting Shield SPF 30. This is going to be good because even though it's the winter time, don't forget to use SPF. I tend to do that sometimes, but it's always for the best to use some products with SPF because the sun is still there and it will still get you. Okay, so I have a perfume here. This is from Atelier Cologne. It's a pure perfume. It's in Sud Magnolia. And it's got a little story on here. So let's... Oh, that noise is annoying. Okay, so it's got this little card. It looks like it's kind of supposed to be a postcard. It's got this little story on here. It says, they met every year without fail, always at the same celebration. He caught sight of her in the crowd. Her mask was adorned with white feathers and magenta crystals. He enjoyed a moment watching her search for him, but not for long as he yearned to have her dancing in his arms again. It probably sounds a lot better in French. They have the story written in French as well on the card. So pure perfume kind of scares me a little bit, so I have no idea what this is like. Ooh, 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 wow. That is something. It is very strong. All right, I'm gonna look this up a little bit, see what's in this, and find out the best way to use it. I have the sample from Laneige, which is a Water Bank Moisture Cream. I believe this is basically like a moisturizer. So I actually bought a little sample set of the Laneige products because I really liked this sleeping mask. So I'm not sure if this is one of them. I've only used those like once or twice anyway, which is really bad. I keep doing that where I will like fall in love with something, get like a trial set, use it once or twice and be like, no, I've got these old products I've got to use. So this should be pretty easy to use. Doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of product in this foil. Probably 1 or 2 uses out of it. So this one will probably be pretty easy. I have a Kat Von D double sample of the Lock It In Featherweight Primer and the Lock It In Foundation. The foundation shade is in medium 54, which is going to be way too dark for me. The lightest shade is probably too dark for me. The lightest shade is shade 42. So I'm going to be trying that out just to see what the formula is like. I had tried a sample of the primer before and didn't like it, but then I read about how you're supposed to use it, and maybe it was just the foundation I was using it with, so good to try. I've got a product from Fresh. This is the Sea Berry Skin Nutrition Booster. So you mix it with your face or eye cream. Okay, cool. Directions. Add 1 to 2 drops to your face or eye cream 2 to 3 times per week for a boost. Can also be used alone. So that is what it looks like there. It's a cute little sample. Then I have this 3-part set from Clinique, which is to cleanse, exfoliate, and moisturize. So it's got a sample of their liquid facial soap and mild, their clarifying lotion, and the dramatically different moisturizing lotion. So always like to try some different skincare. I haven't had the best luck with Clinique in the past, but as the Glamglow taught me, my skin needs have likely changed, so it's always good to try some different things and just take notes on what worked and didn't work. So anyway, that's it for volume 2 of my 365 days of samples. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Let me know if you are jumping in on this challenge as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!